Well, it comes to rest in the 8-foot. If you still could argue that might have curled just a little too far.
I agree with you. It exactly where they're calling it. There's room on the button, and that'll make it pretty hard to get out. One good shot here. They'd have been better with that one stopping on center line.
He's going to have lots of room by the guard. It's a question of whether or not and how tight they can get by that stone on the top of the 8-foot.
Huh.
Well, they were
Looks
waiting
like
for the
Red's
line,
still
and
shot,
I'm not sure they got it far enough to be shot. Yeah.
Yeah. But gonna have to deal with it.
Fleming seemed to be indicating it is the red stone at the back. This is actually an opportunity for the Fleming team, though. They could blast, play the double out of there, get rid of that stone right behind the button, which is not helping them at all.
That would be helpful. Oh, timeout.
Call their one timeout here in the extra end.
These are two teams here that both have coaches. You got Bob Dorr with the Fleming team and Jamie Schneider with Lorraine Schneider's team. The bad news is we don't have mics on any of these players.
We did have everything set up to have a feature game this draw. This was not it. This is just the last one out there.
This was not it.
So we don't have mics on any of these players.
So what do you think they're saying?
Well, Bob Dorr is coming down there and saying, hit something.
It's a little messy.
You know, if you don't want to hit the yellow and play the double, and maybe they're worried about just dead jamming it, that's
Which
fair.
is a possibility.
You could still triple peel the guards. They're not helping you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Shirley Orsted, I think, indicating maybe they wanted to just put one on the 8-foot. I hope that wasn't serious.
That's scary.
There's just too many ways that could line up to go bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a good draw here. If you
I
guard everything up, at the very worst, at the end, Lorraine Schneider can come off her own on the right side as we look at it there.
Mm-hmm.
Left now as we look. Come into that stone that was just delivered, and it's going to jam on the back one. You're not going to have anything.
Yeah.
So it looks like they have decided to hit it.
Yeah, they're going to have to play pretty tight to that one on the top of the 4-foot, but you're exactly right. Take the one on the back with you, and they'll like what this is.
You don't have to keep the shooter. You could hit, you know, if she's got good weight now. I'm looking at the broom thinking they're not throwing this very hard.
Yeah, as we said, there hasn't been a lot of movement. Oh, harder than I thought.
Boy, this is going to be dangerous. You want to hit at least half a rock here. Starting to curl now. Actually got good movement from about the halfway point of the sheet. She's going to get close to the nose.
Great shot.
And does take that one at the back.
Yeah, nicely done.
Red sitting, the Piers 2 now at the top of the 4-foot. One for sure. Lorraine Schneider thinking it's just the one, but that's the one she can't get at anyway. And the stone that was just delivered really blocking your way into the 4-foot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll grant you have to move it. I'm not sure you have to kill it.
Yeah, a little tap back creating a pocket would kind of be nice.
Yeah. Again, with that broom, that's not what they're playing.
No.
Chance here to make the double and get rid of the rock at the back of the 4-foot. There'd be nothing left to freeze to.
Yeah, and leave your shooter up there as well.
I think if she makes the double, she probably rolls enough that the shooter's not really going to help. This is really curling. I don't know if she's going to get the back one. Over curled it. Does nudge that one stone up into the 4-foot area, but still just sitting the single point, and maybe more importantly, left that rock at the back of the 4-foot. It could still come into play. Something to jam on. Saving grace right now for the Fleming team is that the angles are all in their favor. There's really not much Lorraine can do with those 3 red stones. She can't get at them, and even if she could, there's only one of them that's going anywhere.
Yeah.
She can't get shot rock off them either. So going to have to try to tuck a little piece around them.
And those are the key words right there. Tuck a little piece. On this ice, I don't think you can bury one from the top 8 to around to the back 4. I think it'll always leave a pick or part of the stone exposed. I think, from what I've seen so far this game.
Well, and again, this was not the game that we were going to feature. It wasn't the one we paid the closest attention to. And it's just the first draw. Every sheet could be a little bit different.
That's right.
Jumped this one right out of her hand.
About to find out.
Well,
this is
I don't think we are about to
No.
find out. This is going to be a long guard. Not sure what happened there. Very unusual for Lorraine Schneider to miss her draw weight by that far. Certainly in the 11th end.
Yeah, I was about to say the good news is that this is the 11th end and the ice was holding up very well. I don't think we saw a fudge or anything, but not totally sure. So they're going to get in first, take that path away. And then I'm not sure what Lorraine's going to have.
Well, she's again always got the in-off on her own.
Yeah.
Got the broom on the edge of the 8-foot here for this shot, so they're looking for 3.5 to 4 feet of curl.
Yeah.
Looks out of her hand like a lot of weight to me.
Yeah, I was going to say what you don't want to be is light and leave her something to come around when she didn't really have anything, but this isn't light.
Brushes are a long ways away from that rock.
It's not a good sign.
This is where you...
Oh, you don't want to put it a foot behind the tee line.
Well, and the worst part is you can't even get by the yellow ones.
Yeah.
So.
Although, you know what? Thing is, you come down to that one and there's room, I think, for one on top, isn't there?
Well, you could sit 2 inches in front of that one, and,
exactly.
And there's no way to get it out.
Yeah. Oof. That's where you just sit back and say, please, can I have a do-over?
Well, and unlike the previous one where he talked about maybe they should have swept it back, they couldn't even sweep that one back. It was on the yellow one,
No,
so it was never going anywhere.
Nowhere to go. Ooh. Well, this is where you really want to capitalize now.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Lorraine turn to the brushers when she gets down there and ask, okay, what happened on that last one? Is the spot heavier? Did I just throw it that light? Get a pretty good idea here when this stone leaves her hand. The brushers had to take the first one all the way down, came up short. Definitely has more weight here.
Yeah, not light.
They're waiting for it to curl.
I think they're trying to get it to do a little
Has
curling,
to get to that button area.
Good.
If they bounce off at all, they might not have shot rock.
Or like that, and it's just open, I think.
It's just open, but they can't jam it, and it's still in front of the yellow stone.
Well, if they jam it, their shooter should stick there for shot.
Well, no, I think she'd be off the nose if she's dead jamming it.
Following her down, sit on top.
That's the same rock she just threw.
Yeah. It's always nice when you can throw the same thing twice.
Well, except in reality, you really missed the first one. So, and really, she's got the broom down. She's even got just a hair less ice. She needs to throw this one pretty much the same. Do you throw it the same, or do you actually throw it like a draw?
It's not a draw.
No, out of her hand, I'd say she threw it the same.
Yep.
And this one not curling either.
Curl. Looks close.
Must have got the curler, looking for the other brusher to get in there.
Yeah.
Makes the nose hit, does stuff it, but her shooter stays right there. She'll pick up the single point and the victory. And that concludes draw 1 here from the Scotties in Melville. We do have the scores on all of the other games that were here in draw 1. Once again, we do apologize for the technical difficulties early in the draw. It meant that we were not able to come to you earlier. And here are the scores for this opening draw in what would have been our feature game, a nail biter. Michelle Englot picks up the 3-2 win over Mandy Selzer. In the extra end, the game we just saw conclude here was Shellen Fleming picking up the single point in the win over Lorraine Schneider. Ray Williamson with a big 9-3 win over Ashley Howard on sheet 3. And on sheet 4, it was the Streifel team picking up a single point in the last end to defeat Janet Tisdale 7-6. Opening ceremonies are on next, and we will be back on the air, everything willing, at 7:30 for draw 2. We hope you join us.